hello there.
Welcome to Tea Time with
Mai.
and Tess.
Hello. So, let's see here. This is our first episode of our little,
Podcast.
yeah, it's called that. I don't,
Well, what else are we gonna call it? I mean,
auditory, just auditory information
What?
feed.
What?
I don't know.
What? That sounds really boring.
It sounds like, the future when we are all robots.
It sounds really boring.
It
It sounds like we're gonna be like,
robots.
okay, well, you see, audio is audio and
That's the future when we're robots.
smart words.
We're alien robots. I don't know.
When did this happen?
I don't know. Yesterday.
I refuse to believe
this.
No, I refuse to believe this.
There was a notice sent out. It arrived in the mail yesterday. Did you not get it?
I didn't get it.
Oh.
Can you please read me this notice?
Yes. Okay. Let me see here. Yes, I'm just gonna. All right. All right. Dear fleshy beings.
Did you really just pretend to pick up a paper? You couldn't actually pick up an actual paper. You had to pretend to pick up a paper.
Dear fleshy beings, we are pleased to inform you that as of next week, starting on July the 5th. Yes, we are pleased to inform you that as of next week, starting on July the 5th, we will begin the process of assimilating all fleshy beings like yourself into our form as a construct of mental and superior intelligence. Thank you for your support in this ongoing process. There's a few typos.
Generic robot company.
Yes. There's a few typos. It's not perfect. You know, there's still the technology is being worked out with the bugs. But I think it'd be good for the human race.
All I heard was cake.
I don't know what the hell I'm talking
All
about.
I heard was cake.
I really don't know.
No. We shouldn't have done this. Now people are gonna know how weird we are.
Wasn't this the point?
I don't know what the point was.
Okay.
Because it's a round object.
Alright. Yes, that is true. I'm given to inform that due to physics and how that works.
What's physics? Isn't physics like motion of objects?
I think so. I don't like physics in school.
You didn't have to take it first, like freshman year.
Yeah,
they made us take physics first.
School, what's up with that? When I was
nobody passed.
When I was there, school, you needed like biology first or geology first, one or the two, or just biology flat out. Physics was like second or third year thing. Then suddenly you got freshmen doing it when you haven't taught them the things they need.
All this sciencey talk is boring me.
Okay, so what do we talk about next?
Let's talk about video games.
Alright, video games. That's a good thing. I like video games.
I like shooting games.
I like RPGs.
I like to fucking pawn people in shooting games. I just come out there and got my M16 with the scope and the... You don't know what any of that is, do you?
I know a little bit.
M16 with the scope. I got
is.
my special camo on it. I sit in the bushes and... That's more like a machine gun noise, but... But now I kind of like, I really don't care how many times I die in Call of Duty anymore. I just go out there with my grenade in my hand and like a friggin' a shotgun, and I just run into people. It's really fun. It's like...
I enjoy RPGs, but they don't have much multiplayer value, so yeah, it's not really not much in the multiplayer market for RPGs. Clash of Heroes is cool, though, seeing as how the plot is essentially, here's a school of people of different races.
You have that game?
Yeah.
Oh.
It's cool.
It's
difficult, but it's cool.
I have, like, a picture of that game on my phone.
That game is apparently, you get more money, like, later on in dungeons, but in the beginning, it's brutal, because you find, like, no money in the early dungeons, so you have to, like, alchemize everything.
God. It's like, it's not Chandelise. It's the other one. Reciteer.
But yeah, it's like brutal in the beginning, money-wise. But yeah, it's an interesting game. I have a I have an evil angel girl with, like, psychic magic. I forget. Psychicer or something is the
Wait.
Yes, an evil angel girl. Because I was like, the psychicer or psychicer, however you pronounce it, class has to be either good or evil alignment. And I'm like, it just does. And I'm like, you know what? Screw it. I'm going with an evil angel girl.
Fallen angel?
I don't know. Maybe.
Well, at this point, it would have to be. You can't have an evil angel.
Well,
Angels are naturally the good class.
Well, to be fair, they're not really, they're not really angels, but people who descended from angels or have angelic blood in their bloodline. But yeah, most of them are more inclined towards good and don't like the demon kids, who are basically the same thing, descended from demon bloodlines. But yeah. I also have a cat guy, who is the only guy in my party. I tried to go with, like, an even gender party. It didn't work. The girls are just so much cuter for the most part in, like, half the races.
It's just like, the Extreme Odyssey.
Yeah, it's by the same people. It's like, I don't know if it's the same.
Well, there you go. They're just better at making girl characters.
To be fair, though, the guys in this one they look pretty fine. It's just the girls are so cute. It's just the cuteness. Like, the cat guy, hey, he's pretty cool.
Yeah, you like cuteness. But you do like first-person shooters. Okay. If they have good stories and stuff. You love Borderlands.
I enjoy playing it with you.
Yes.
I would never play it on my own.
No.
I enjoy Borderlands because it has multiplayer. I would never play it on my own.
No, because, well, it's a hard game to play on your own.
Maybe, yeah. Although the respawn...
Skags.
Yeah, the respawn thing makes it more lenient, but,
I
hate the first game. Because everywhere you turn around, there's a skag. And it's like, they don't even come in waves. They come in one after another, after two more, after another, after five more, after another.
We got to a point in the game where she was just screaming, Skags! Skags! And I was just like, calm down, it's okay. We have fire in our weapons. It's good against them. Fire! Fire! Look, I burned this one alive! Burn! Burn!
And then there was three more.
That was how it was.
And then there was three more.
You know I'm a pyromaniac when it comes to video games where you can get fire.
I don't like the skags. That's the main reason I don't like the first Borderlands, is just the constant waves of enemies that just don't freaking stop. The second one, I feel like, it might just be the same in both of them, but I feel like the second one is a bit more lenient on it.
I like what they say in the respawns in the second one.
Oh, yeah.
It's so funny.
Let's see, that's what I can think of. It was like, what was it? All the cool kids are doing it, or, what was another one? Oh, life is for living, death is for running from at all costs. Goodness, that game. High five and claptrap.
I like the, Easter egg, the talking guns.
Oh, yeah. Still need to see the fish Easter egg.
What is that?
Well, I suppose you could look it up at a point, but, yeah, it's...
How are we gonna do that now? We got to the
true vault hunter mode, now we're stuck at the beginning, because...
I didn't mean to do it. I just wanted to see what it was.
I just want to level up so I can use new guns. All of my guns,
we beat it at, like, level 30 and...
26.
26.
To be fair, I leveled to, like, 27 during that battle, but...
Yeah, but you couldn't do anything but level up.
Yeah. Well, no, I could level. And then I'm level 27, but then...
You did it when you were in the respawn area.
Yeah. No, actually, I think I did it. I can't
We beat the game at level 30 and 27.
Basically, yeah. And then, now I can't use any of the guns, because I'm still, like,
But to be fair, I went from, like, 90,000
gold to, like, gold to money, dollars, whatever. Yeah. I was literally, I couldn't buy ammo at a point.
No, you had no money.
So, yeah.
She had, like, $10 to her name.
Yeah. God, it sucked.
It got to the point
where I had to
the respawn thing stopped asking her for money.
Yeah. I had to pull out the freaking Rapid Infinity because I had no ammo. And that was when I learned that if you have no pistol ammo, the Rapid Infinity doesn't work. It's like the infinite freaking bows in Minecraft. You need at least one. You need one arrow, or one pistol bullet at the ammo thing. You need one, and it works.
I didn't know that. Good to know.
Yeah, good to know. Goodness.
But, the problem was, we had gotten that gun, like, at the beginning of the game.
Yeah.
And I had, used a glitch to get you one.
Did you? Oh,
Yeah, I copied it.
Yeah, yeah, I think you did.
And I gave it to you, and it was like a level 15 gun or something. So once we got to like the harder areas, it did like no damage.
Yeah, it was worthless.
It did like 3 damage.
I only kept it in case I ran out of ammo.
I kept it when I was on the ground, because if you could hit their critical spots with it, even though it did like no damage, if you could hit the critical spots and just kept doing that, you would eventually get off the ground if you were lucky.
Yeah.
Favorite boss is Bunker, because if you have that assassin skill, he's done.
Grinding time. Remember Henry?
Henry.
Henry.
Oh, Henry.
Henry was a naughty boy who got sent to his room many times. You know, after we like electrocuted him.
Wasn't he like
he's
like that stalker boss thing?
Yeah.
Yeah. Henry.
So much boss
Remember when
fighting.
Henry died at like the edge of the map?
Oh yeah.
And I had to jump down to get the stuff.
Yeah.
And when I jumped down, the laser things were like, "You have 3 seconds to get back in like the area or whatever. This is a restricted zone." And I'm like, "But I need to get the code." I realize now that that was really stupid because I lost the money that I earned doing that when I respawned.
Oh god, that's true actually. What have we done?
What do you mean?
I don't know. I guess just all the money we lost in that game over time.
Well, it's because certain areas charge more money.
That makes sense
to
too.
respawn. Like if you're in a boss area.
Yeah.
You're like pretty much screwed.
Yeah.
Don't die.
Well,
we lasted through Jack's battle though without dying once.
Yeah, we made it through that whole
And then we got to the warrior battle and we were like, fuck.
And then we died, and then I had no money.
What even is that?
Oh, bubbles. I don't know if the screensaver will last interrupts with recording, which is a problem.
Yeah.
But, where was I? Yeah, so, yeah. That was that. That was that whole battle.
What battle?
Warrior battle.
Yeah.
Wow, did the bubbles distract you that much?
Yeah.
Okay.
I have ADD. A serious case of it. And you can tell in my videos.
Like,
because I will go to explaining something about like a house to all of a sudden seeing a creeper out of the corner of my eye and having to go chase it down.
Like legitimate, like, I remember what one comedian was talking about, like, you know, you got people who have, like, legitimate ADD. And you have the people who use it as an excuse to be like, oh, sorry, dude, I wasn't paying attention to your story. And he's like, I have...
No, I'm legitimate.
Yeah.
I will be sitting, like, in a car talking to somebody and see a squirrel go up a tree and go, there's a squirrel, guys!
And you'll completely
And they'll just, like, stare at me. And then they'll be like, and you were saying about that thing? And I'll be like, that's all I have to say about it. But you were in the middle of a sentence. That's all I had to say about it.
Or I'll try to, like, tell you something, like, 3 times, but you'll be playing a game or distracted by something, so you won't have any memory of it.
Let me tell you something. I read manga.
Oh, God.
And when I read manga,
oh, God.
I see nothing around me.
Let me tell you something about that. Once upon a time, like, I think when we were still in middle school, and I know my cousin was hanging out at my place, you were hanging out at my place, my dad and I were we were all in the living room. We were watching TV. It was like that 40 dumbest celebrity quotes, so with, Phoenix, whatever, the frog head guy. Guy was like, I have a frog on my, do I have a frog on my head? And they're like, what? And he's like, he's going on about, he has a frog on his head apparently. It's like eating, he's like, I'm not worried about the frog, how I look. I'm worried about the sensation of it eating my brain. And he's going on about this, and he's like dead serious the whole time. And so me, my cousin, and my dad are laughing, like, for, like, 5 minutes hysterically at this thing. And you're reading a book, and you have no idea that any of this is going on around you.
And then I finished my manga, I put it down, and I was like, why are you laughing?
Yeah, what I miss? You missed friggin', what's his name, with a frog on his head, apparently. They're like...
And I'm just like, what? How could I miss that?
It's like, people are like, oh, I was just joking. Dude looked dead serious the entire time.
Dude, I've had somebody, like, poke me in the face with food when I'm reading. It does nothing to me. It does not faze me. But it only takes me, luckily, like, really just a few minutes to read a whole manga.
You can skim through those pretty fast.
I don't skim. I read.
I'm just saying.
I am a speed reader. I can read, like...
I'm not saying skim in the sense of... I'm just saying skim in the sense of...
I can read, like, a 80-chapter book in, like, 2 hours. Maybe less.
And I can take my time with reading. Just cause.
I'm a speed reader. That's how I read.
Yeah.
So when it comes to mangas, it's done pretty fast. But when I'm reading them, I'm gone.
I had this weird thing though for in like school when we were reading a book and like we would have one kid reading it out loud and like parts of it or the teacher reading it out loud. For some reason, my subconscious took this as a challenge. And it's like I'm gonna read. And I'm gonna see if I can read faster than the teacher or this kid and read ahead by like a freaking paragraph. I don't know why.
Oh, being a speed reader during those moments, I always read past the teacher. I read the entire book in a period or something, and then I'm sitting there listening to her read it, and they'll actually call me out sometimes and be like, "Why aren't you reading it?" And I'll be like, "I already read it." And they'll just kind of stare at me and then accuse me of lying and stuff, and you're just like, "No, I already read the book. Just now, I finished it. I was on the last chapter. I took it home and I read it because it seemed like an interesting book." Now, I did that with The Little Prince.
Yeah.
Oh my god, that book is twisted.
Oh god. I remember.
Have you read that?
I don't think I have.
It's supposed to be like about this thing about like childhood. It's got all these lessons about your true self and stuff in it. I think that's a load of crap.
Oh god. I remember.
It's like a drug trip, man.
One of those. I remember this
For one thing, okay, this guy's in a plane and he lands in the desert and his plane is like all screwed up or whatever, and he meets this prince who lives on a planet in space, and he came down to Earth and he can't get back to his planet, and like at the end of the book, a snake bites him, like a poisonous snake, and he dies and goes back to his planet.
Okay. I remember. Have you heard of the peanut butter solution?
Peanut butter. I think so.
It's like, for those who don't know, apparently in like the 1980s, there was this like Canadian movie that came out that had a somewhat limited release, I think, and so, kids watched it, and it was weird. Like, the plot is like, kid gets in an accident, apparently. So that accident, I think, involves a shopping cart from the looks of the trailer.
Hello?
Hello? No. No.
Sorry about that, wrong numbers. But, okay, so, like, in the 1980s, this movie came out, Peanut Butter Solution and all that, and it was really weird. Because, like, the plot is something, I don't know. It's like,
Hello, this is this Miriam? Is this blah blah blah? No? That's literally what they did.
oh god.
Wait for it. Oh, this is Doctor whatever. Can I speak to Miriam? You have the wrong number if you haven't realized that.
Oh god. But, so, like, yeah, movie came out.
I have something to tell you after.
Okay, so, like, movie came out, Peanut Butter Solution. According to the trailer, here's what I gather of the plot according to the trailer. Kid gets in a shopping cart-related accident, loses all of his hair and becomes bald. Angst about it way more than bald people. Like, anyone who has ever been bald has ever angsted about being bald. Some ghosts in a dream tell him that if he puts peanut butter on his head, his hair will grow back. But he apparently puts too much peanut butter on his head, so his hair starts growing out of control, and apparently his hair is alive and magical. And then there's a dude who wants his hair because he can make magical paintbrushes with it that bring art to life. And, like...
That's awesome!
and, like, so this movie was apparently so freaking weird that most of the kids who watched it in the 1980s, they grew up, they forgot about it. They thought it was, like, some weird fever dream of their childhood that they just had. And it was like, nah, no big deal, just some weird dream I had. And then, like, a couple decades later, they get on the internet, and then they find, like, a whole bunch of other people who apparently had the same situation.
Okay. So, there's apparently another movie. I think the name of it is Rubber.
Okay.
It's about an evil tire.
Okay.
An evil talking tire.
Okay. What?
Yes.
Okay.
Yes.
This is like something we would come up with.
I know, right?
Work. Oh god. It is like, okay.
Okay.
Well, I think we're also going on like 20 minutes for this.
20 what?
20 minutes. Do you think that's a good place to end it off?
Let's just keep going.
Okay.
We got 10 minutes.
Okay.
Alright, so,
alright. So,
taking this concept of rubber, or whatever it's called,
right.
We could make a movie about an evil talking marshmallow. We could do it.
Well,
we could call it
this entire situation.
We could call it the burnt mellow.
We've gotten this entire monopoly on like marshmallow psychology, and also, why the hell not? Right?
Why the hell not? Dr. Mai, would you please tell us a little bit of marshmallow psychology?
Yes.
In relation to the chocolate bars and graham crackers.
Yes. You see, the marshmallow is in an eternal struggle with the chocolate bar for which one should be on top. Now tell me, which one do you usually see on top in a graham cracker?
Me, typically I see the marshmallow because we put the chocolate on the graham cracker first. And then we put the marshmallow on after once it's done cooking.
Yes, you see, this is a clear sign of the classic struggle of the marshmallow versus the chocolate, as both are arguing over which should be given the prime top spot in the graham cracker, though both have a more pleasurable relationship with the graham crackers because they're aware of the fact that whatever they do, they're going to end up next to one anyway.
So would there be any solution to this problem?
Yes. And it seems the only solution that we would see is if the Marshmallow Society and the Chocolate Society were to finally come to equal agreements in their standing. Perhaps if they were to be placed side by side in some way in the graham cracker. Or if you were to just take the graham cracker and like flip it up sideways so the cracker's face up and down. Just hold it like that.
How would you bite into that? You have to like turn your head sideways. That would be painful to bite into because think about it. The graham cracker is sharp on the ends. It has like the points.
I saw this. Oh my god!
It goes here and here. It would hurt.
I saw this thing. Oh my god! It's the most hilarious thing. So there's
you know what happened to us with food. Okay, I've been shanked with a potato chip, guys.
I have been impaled in the forehead by a cookie.
Shanked with a potato chip.
It bled.
Mine did too.
Okay, so let me tell you.
It just turned to me and stabbed me.
I'm pretty sure it was the friend in both of our cases, the same friend.
Yeah, but at least yours was like some kind of like Dane Cook reenactment thing. Mine was just because I was reaching for a potato chip, and she thought I was reaching for her Starburst.
Okay, so once upon a time, what the hell was I? Oh, right, so I was watching this video. There's like this guy who's
whose reaction is to stab someone with a potato chip?
Hers, clearly. There are many things about her I do not question.
No.
But, so, there was this guy, I forget his name, but he's, like, a celebrity who's known as being, like, a kind of a, like, super Christian Looney Tune. And so... What? I don't mean Looney Tune as in the cartoon variety. I mean Looney Tune as in, whoa, buddy, whoa. Just calm down there, boy. Okay, so let me give you an example. Let me give you an example here. Alright, there's this video of him and another guy trying to prove God's existence because bananas, if you hold them by the, with the banana peel and everything on, they are shaped to the grooves in a human hand, apparently. And thus, and they're easy to unpeel. And when you bite into them, they're easy to bite into. And he says that this is because God made them for humans, and thus that proves creationism.
Bananas.
Yes, bananas. Now,
bananas.
Here's a fun fact about bananas. Here's a fun fact about bananas. They didn't start out like that. We domesticated them to be like that.
What?
Bananas were
domesticated bananas.
Yes, bananas like...
Said banana. Stay banana.
Good
banana.
Have you never heard the term domestication in any sort of plant or fruit?
No, I have not.
It's basically...
I thought domesticated was when you take like an animal and you...
It's when you take a thing in the wild and you develop it over time so that it works.
Okay, so what was the banana originally?
It was sort of a round shape with seeds.
What the fuck?
Yeah. So my favorite thing about that video though was, as this guy's going on this whole thing about how apparently the bananas are shaped by all this, and this one guy puts in the comments, so was God screwing with us when he created the pineapple and the grapefruit and the coconut. Oh gosh. I swear, sometimes I see the dumbest things on the internet, and sometimes I see the best things.
Yeah. One of my favorite. Leem Sajet.
Yep, Leem Sajit. On the topic of religion, I'm vaguely
let's
religious.
Not go for that.
I'm just saying, I ain't knocking religion. I'm vaguely religious. I'm just saying, that was ridiculous.
That
friggin' bananas.
I'm sorry. That kind of is. That's taking it
Do
way
your
too
research,
far.
people. Also, do your research and really bananas. That's bananas.
God is real because bananas fit in our hands.
Yes, apparently.
That's what he was saying.
Yes, that's what he was saying.
What?
I don't know.
Bananas.
I don't know. Bananas. Bananas. I like bananas. Do you like bananas?
How do you domesticate a banana to change its shape entirely?
And
its form.
I don't know how the exact process grows, but science and farming. Did you know that people grow square watermelons?
What is this?
At least in the watermelon's case, I know that they grow them in like a specific container, so that way, as the watermelon grows, it has a shape to the container.
That is awesome. Does it mean you can make like star-shaped watermelons? If you have the right container.
Presumably, I would guess.
Oh, this is. I want to do this.
It is a new experiment that we must do. I remember there was like this hoax that went around on like Tumblr and the internet in general about like the Japanese moon melon. Someone took a watermelon slice and they photoshopped it blue, and they did this whole story about like how it's like a rare melon in Japan that's worth like the equivalent of $200, and if you eat it, then it like changes how your taste buds taste things for a while. And so people like made like this whole line of like this one dude made like the purple moon or like the violet melon or something, and it's like it's magical and it's seedless and it produces more melons because it's magic. And then another dude created the water pepperoni melon or something, and he's like, and it tastes like pizza and it's beautiful.
Hey. Rainbow melons.
Oh my god, rainbow melons. That's amazing.
Taste them.
Yes. Oh god. Did you see the strawberries? The Skittles. Have you seen the Skittles commercial with the singing rabbit?
Probably. I've seen so many of those.
Creepy.
And like when on YouTube one day, I was feeling really like, I don't even know why. What possessed me to type in Skittles commercials? I did, and I saw like the weirdest shit, man.
I remember like the lime and soda commercials. Those traumatized me. But I remember the Skittles commercial with the opera rabbit, and this dude trades his bag of Skittles for, this rabbit. It's like, oh, because it's like, oh, freaking opera rabbit. Yeah, I'll give you my freaking Skittles for that. And then the thing doesn't shut up ever, and it's like the middle of the night, and this thing's wailing away, and it's like a storm out, and this dude's in his room with this thing not shutting up, and he like takes the rabbit, and he's standing outside his friend's house, the friend he gave the Skittles to in trade for the rabbit, and he's holding the rabbit and singing opera, and he's like standing out there in the middle of the rain, staring into his friend's house, and the rabbit bites him and jumps out of his hand and runs off, while still singing. I remember that one.
What was Skittles thinking?
I don't know.
I don't. I love Skittles though. Yeah. Skittles are great.
I love Airheads. And the commercials are a bit less weird. Bit less weird than Skittles. At least they don't have singing
people's heads turn into balloons and fly off into the air.
Yeah, but then Skittles also has that one commercial with kids sitting on the rainbow, and they're like, wait, and one of them's like, wait, so if this is a rainbow, like, how are we sitting on it? And then the rainbow opens up and he falls, and the other kids just sit there.
It's true.
They just keep eating Skittles. Oh, God.
Yeah.
But yes, and I believe we are approaching.
But they're both good,
Yeah, and I believe we are approaching our 30 minutes. So shall we call that a break? And then see how it goes? Alright people, well, it seems like...
It's been tea time.
Yep. We'll see you guys next time, probably. We'll work on it.
We'll work on it.
Okay, bye!